Hello, hello. That's my alarm telling me it's time to be on the reading sprints. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Mika. Wait, what's going on? Power? Tina has no power. Why can I not see that? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Hey, Mika. Hey, Lula. Hello, hello. Hey, hey. Oh my gosh. So what's going on with Tina? She doesn't have any power. Are they having a storm or something in Kentucky? Ooh, or wherever? Kentucky, I think. Are you guys oh, well, who knows? Mika's like, I don't know. I'm on the same continent you're on. I don't know what's happening in the US. Um, yeah. Lula, where are you? I'm in Portugal, and the weather here is cold, but today was sunny, which is nice. Although you can't tell it from my room right now. I mean, it's the end of the day, so the room gets a little bit dark, but it's even dark, and I have my light on. So I don't know what's going on with my room today. It just seems dark for some reason. But anyway, I'm in Texas. Oh my gosh, I have so many friends from Texas that have moved here to Portugal. I don't have so many friends. What do I have? 3 friends from Texas. Is that a lot? I don't know. It seems like a lot. Okay, we're having a storm in Kentucky. Oh no. We have a Halo Bolt, which is like 3-pound portable charger plugged into the Wi-Fi. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Like what kind of storm? Rain, snow, tornadoes? Like what's going on? It's very dramatic. Look at me. Rain, storm, tornadoes. What's going on? Oh my God, it's freezing where you are. 39. All right. I think it's cold here and it's probably in the 50s. Um, which is not cold, but it's like you have to wear a jacket, right? I mean, I have to wear a jacket. I am probably like I wouldn't be like wandering around outside in 50-degree weather without my coat. So yeah, I think that's cold. Um, but yeah, 39, you're not wandering around without a coat and a hat and a scarf and gloves, right? It's pretty cold. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. It's almost like water freezing temperature. When the Wi-Fi is plugged into it, oh no. Oh no, oh no. Just rain and wind. We got a lot of flooding here, but we live on top of a tall hill, so we'll be fine. We might not be able to drive out though. This is craziness. All right, Mika's saying I will have to cut it short today. In 2 hours, the Polyglot Gathering starts, an online conference for language lovers. And Mika, you are a language lover. It's going to run until Monday. I have 26 lectures I want to watch. Oh my gosh. All right, so Tina's only good for about an hour. Mika's only good for like, are you going to eat before the Polyglot Gathering? Because if so, you're good for about an hour too. Lula, what's your story? How long are you sticking around? And also, since you guys, Mika and Tina, and maybe Lula, are cutting out, we should talk about Anne of Green Gables and the Treehouse Book Club sprints. Are we starting that? I know we said we were going to do it in March. Well, March starts Friday. So are we starting Anne of Green Gables on Monday with Tina's sprints? Or do you want to start on Wednesday, next Wednesday with my sprints? What do you think? I've already got the book. But I have read it before, but I haven't read it now. But I've got the book, and I just don't know when we're going to start reading it. Mika, that sounds so fun. Last night I started watching some ASL learning videos. Really? I feel like that. So here's what I didn't know until I moved to Vietnam. Sign language is like it really is American Sign Language, Vietnamese Sign Language. They're all different. I just thought sign language was sign language. And when you learn how to sign like I love you in one language, It's the same sign for I love you in every language, but it's not. I was like, okay, I feel really stupid that I didn't know that. Anyway, that is very cool, Tina. Technically, I'm not a polyglot, as it's usually defined as fluent in four or more languages, but I'll count French, Latin, and Norwegian. And English, right? Is that's well, no, no, no. So you've got German, English, French, Latin, Norwegian. That's five. You're in. You are good. I decided to take content creation seriously. Ooh, I'm going to spend a good portion of my day on it. Very cool. So, what are you creating content for? Instagram, YouTube. I got to turn this beeping thing off. It's driving me crazy. Like all of a sudden, everybody decides they're sending me an email. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that. Yeah. So where are you creating content? I need to check an appointment. I might have one on Monday. Okay, so then we might have to start on Wednesday. I wouldn't call myself fluent in those. You're fluent in English, you're fluent in German, French. I feel like the only language that's new to you that maybe you're not fluent, but I'm super impressed is Norwegian, right? Although Latin, is anyone fluent in Latin? No, my appointment's a couple hours before, so it's fine. We can start on Monday. I'm cool with that. All right, hot dog. We are going to start Anne of Green Gables on Monday. Hey, Lula, if you want to join us, what we do, these like book treehouse book club sprint things. So on Tina's sprints on Monday and then my sprints on Wednesday, we're going to read Anne of Green Gables, the first book, together. So, like, we all read the same chapters during the reading time. And then when it's time for the break, we like stop and talk about the book. So there's spoilers, although I feel like most people have read Anne of Green Gables, except Tina has never read it. So, anyway, that's what we're doing. We're going to start it on Monday. Yay! Oh my gosh. So, 3 hours of YouTube, 2 hours of making art to sell, 1 hour Etsy, Mercari, Instagram, 1 hour housework, and 1 hour studying for my GED. That's a big day, like a big day. And what kind of art do you make? Yeah, what kind of art do you make? Yeah, and ASL is structured different from English. I don't know anything about ASL except that, like, it's different than VSL, Vietnamese Sign Language. Oh my gosh, are you like gonna try to really actually learn it, Tina? Are you doing that? I do Instagram and YouTube. I also have an Etsy and a Mercari shop. I don't know Mercari. I've never heard of that. I feel like I have to look that up. I used to be fluent in French, but I've forgotten most of it. Yeah, I used to speak probably A2 level Italian. And then, like, I forgot all of it until I moved to Portugal and started learning Portuguese. And then I was like speaking Italian Portuguese. And then I was like, I have to forget the Italian if I'm going to learn Portuguese. So, yeah, my Italian is like this much. You haven't read it either. I'm 20 and I was homeschooled, so Anne of Green Gables wasn't required. Oh my gosh, Lula, you gotta get Anne of Green Gables and you gotta join us on Monday on Tina's channel at the same time, and then Wednesday back here. But don't read it yet, just get it. We're gonna start reading it together on Monday on Tina's channel. So Lula, you have to join us. I can't believe you haven't read it either. Okay, it's going to be good then. That makes me more excited. Like the more people that haven't read it, with people who have read it, although we're not going to spoil it for you. I mean, I haven't read it in 40 years, 30 years. So I don't know that I even remember very much of it. I'm sure I don't remember any of it. So it's going to be super fun. I'm hoping to sell the junk journal I'm making. Ooh, very cool. I don't know. I'm having fun watching the videos and learning right now. All right. Are you learning easy? Coda hasn't read it either. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much fun. Hey, Skylar. Welcome to book club. No, no, no. Welcome to reading sprints. We might have a short sprint today, Skylar, is all I'm saying, because Tina's only got an hour of electricity left. And Mika is gonna go speak a million languages. Lula, I can add you on the Instagram group if you're okay with that. Yeah, Lula, we have an Instagram like message group for the people that are doing the Treehouse Book Club, the book club reading sprints, where we just like talk about what book we're going to read. It's like an administrative sort of a thing, and then we do some chatting in the group about the book, but we save most of our chatting for YouTube. But yeah, Tina can add you and you can be on that list so you can be, you can know what we're doing. Skylar, here's what we're doing. Yeah, did you hear? Gonna go pick it up today at my library. I had it on hold for this. Yeah, we're starting on Monday on Tina's sprints. Hey, Christina, hope everyone is well. Reading Yarn to Go by Betty Heckman today while working on the blanket. Wait, is Yarn to Go some kind of cozy mystery novel, or is it like a yarn book because you're reading it while you're knitting or quilting? You're working on the blanket? Do I know what this is? Christina, we're starting Anne of Green Gables on Monday on Tina's Sprints. Oh, good. Lula wants to join the group. What's your name on Instagram? Josie.Metzger. Okay. Wait, so what should I call you? Lula, you want me to call you Josie or do you want me to call you Lula? And I may be saying that right. Lula? Lula? Josie? What should I call you? Yes, a cozy mystery. Oh, well, then it's perfect for your blanket making. I'm crocheting. God, we are a group of like artsy fartsy people. Mika, are you working on your diamond painting today or no? You don't really want to drag it all out since you're doing the, you've got 26 courses you want to take. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Oh my gosh. All right. So what am I doing today? Oh, I know what I'm doing today. I am going to finish. I'm probably not going to finish. I have like 4 more hours left on the audiobook and I want to finish before the end of the month. And so thank God it's a leap year and I have 1 more day. But I want to finish the secret book that I can't talk about. I want to finish it today. I won't finish it today. I need to finish it. I want to finish it by the end of the month. So I think that's what I'm going to do is work on that. And I can't tell you anything more about it, except it's a nonfiction and it's one of the books that I was assigned for the BookTube prize voting thing. So, and it's really good. And I wish I could talk about it because it's really good. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. It's about a knitting retreat and someone gets murdered. Lula. Okay, I was saying it right. And either name works. All right. But the titles in this series are so funny. They're also funny. The cozy mystery. This is why I could never write a cozy mystery. Well, there's a million reasons why I could never write a cozy mystery, but I would not be able to think of like a funny, creative title. And they're all like funny and creative. I'm trying to put together a plan. Oh, yes. In which digital room I need to be in when. So Mika, is this going all night? You know what? I wonder if I like that makes everything brighter and I can see better now. I was like, why is everything so dark? I'm like, here. Yeah. Which digital be in when? Oh my gosh. This is like, you need an assistant to just like tell you, go here, go there, go here, go there. Oh my gosh. The name came from when I used to have a channel called Lula Sings, where I did covers of songs. Lula is an Old English word, the root of lullaby. Hey, Is your Lula Sings still up and we can hear you singing, or did you take it down and it became Lula Reads? I love it. Book 2 is called Silence of the Lamb's Wool. Oh my gosh. I think I found your account, Lula. Let me know if I followed you. If not, I followed a random person. And I'm sure that they appreciate it. Oh my gosh. One time when I was very, very, very new to Instagram, on my my private personal account that I never put anything on because I was like, eh. But I had just joined Instagram and I posted something. I can't remember what it was. And then I got a notification that Share started following me. And I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, it's like the real Cher, Sonny and Cher. Cher followed me. And then 5 minutes later, it was gone. Cher was like, oops, made a mistake, followed the wrong person. And she unfollowed me. And I've been devastated ever since. It's still up. I just don't post anymore. I think it's kind of cringe because I also sang in languages I didn't speak. Look, I think most of what I do in public is a little bit cringe. So if you're singing in languages you don't speak, that's kind of impressive. I'm reading The Love Hypothesis. Ooh, sounds romantic. Book 4 is Gone with the Wool. Oh my gosh. How many books are in this knitting retreat cozy mystery series? You and Tina and Kenny, right? Get me into this the cozy mystery thing that is super I've never read cozy mysteries before I met you guys. And now what? We've read 4 and they're all I like them. I didn't know that that was even a genre that I would actually like. Yeah. Oh, 9 books. Okay. And you're going to read them all. I know we love this pun titles. It's so funny. All right. Do we all have a plan for what we want to do? And we can start our first reading sprint. And I say we go for half an hour since people are going to have to go. That gives us time to read and then regroup to say hi and goodbye again, right? So 30 minutes sounds good. The rest have great names too, but those were the best. Yeah, so why don't we read 30 minutes gets us to 10 till the hour. So let me do my little banner. Chat at the break. We're reading until 10 minutes to the hour. Save. Yeah, does that sound good for you guys? Oh, good. You followed the right person. Just Josie, I'm going to follow you too when I can see, when I get into the Instagram group and I can see who you are. I'll follow you too. You don't have to do short sprints just because my Wi-Fi is going out. You never know. It could turn back on, or my parents could start the generator. Anything can happen. We had a storm last night, pouring rain and lightning. Well, this is what Tina's having right now. And then it froze, and now it is snowing over the ice. Is your husband going to work today? Sounds like slippery, slippery, slippery. All right. No, let's do the first one because I don't know what, let's do the first one 30 because I also don't know when Mika is going to need to take off. And I want to make sure that we get to say hi and bye and everything. So let's read until 10 till. Oh, he does have to go. Okay. Well, drive safe. All right. Let's read until 10 till. Or do whatever you're going to do until 10 minutes till the hour. And we'll come back and chat. And then maybe the next one, we can do longer. Oh, yeah, that is good. It's not so far. So we could walk if you wanted to. On the highway, probably. No. All right, you guys. I will see you at 10 till the hour. Happy reading. Okay, we are back at 10 till the hour. All right, it was perfect timing for me. My audiobook literally finished 5 seconds ago. Not finished. Okay, I clarify. The chapter that I was listening to finished like 5 seconds ago. So it turned out to be perfect timing for me, the 30-minute sprint. And I didn't even look at that and realize. For the next one, I will look at it and realize. Let's see, what's the next chapter? What is the next chapter? Oh, I don't know. How do I know?
Chapter 21.
48 minutes long. 48 minutes. Yikes. Some of these chapters are super long. All right. It's a highway. I would lose my mind with Weary if he walked right now. He can bike in the nicer weather, though. Yeah, fair. That's a fair point. Yeah. 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 You don't want him to like slip slide all the way, but you don't want him to you don't want him to slip slide at all. You kind of want him to just work from home today, maybe. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I was working from home today. I had a lot to do. And I feel like I should be doing something other than reading right now, but I also feel like I want to finish this book. So I'm going to keep reading. I read a few chapters of A Line in the Sand by Terry Wilson. 94 pages left. All right. Do you think you're going to finish it tonight? And are you liking it? What do you think? I did like I filmed my like my March, like my brain is gone. The books that I'm reading in March, like I filmed that today, so I need to edit it, which is something I should be doing, but I'm not. I'm reading. And I need to put together a proposal for a client, potential client, which I should be doing, but I'm reading. I'll do that. I will do that before I go to bed tonight. It's ruminating around in my brain. So yeah. Yeah. So maybe we do finish a little bit early tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I want to finish this book, and it says I have 3.5 hours left. And I can't make it go any faster. Like I speeded it up to 1.2 because like the guy was talking really slow. He had like a drawl, like a southern kind of drawl, and so he was talking a little bit slower. So I speeded it up. Like I thought, oh, I bet I can speed it up to like 1.5. And at 1.5, I was like, we were talking about this before. He sounded like a chipmunk. Like he just had no inflection, and it was like this, and I was like, I can't listen to this. I wanted to hear part of the yeah, I wanted to hear his drawl. Like, so I'm at 1.2. I can't go any faster. I can't. I just can't. All right, I think I have my plan all set up. Though a few events I'd like to see her at the same time. God, it's always like that. Oh, good. Thankfully, they'll be recorded and we have a month to watch them. So, like Mika, I'm curious about this polyglot thing. Like, what are the classes and what are the sessions and like what are you going to be learning about or what are people talking about? I seriously have no idea what kind of a conference or what kind of an event this is. I'm so curious about it because I am definitely not a polyglot. I'm barely a monoglot. Trying to be a duoglot. But I'm so curious. I'm like, what's happening at this event? Oh, I plan to read for 3 hours today. I've read for an hour so far. I'm not going to read any longer than 3 hours. So it depends on if I can finish in 2 hours. Are you reading, or are you audiobooking? My parents turned the generator on, which means I'll have Wi-Fi for a couple of hours. My gosh, I just like, how long do you think the power is going to be out? Like, is it a super bad storm? Are you gonna be out of power for days? Or is it just like when the storm is over, the power will come back? Mm. All right, served my kiddo his lunch, did some sprint hopping, and sent hubby off to the mines. Anxiety a little high right now until I get the text that he made it there. Well, 20 minutes, right? Shouldn't take more than 20 minutes to go a mile in a car in the snow and ice. Have you heard from him yet? Most of the sprint, I was just sitting in the living room watching ASL videos. Oh my gosh. And can you sign stuff? Reading on the Kindle. Okay, that's what I do too. I'm a reader, but I'm audiobooking this because there's 6 books in my group that I have to read. And none of them, of course, were Kindle Unlimited. And some of them were available on ebook on Everand Scribd, right? Um, and then some of them were available on Audible for free. For me for free. And so I don't, you know this, I don't enjoy Audible. I have a hard time like concentrating and focusing, and I usually don't enjoy the books that I read on Audible or that I do by audiobook as much as I enjoy the books that I read on my Kindle. But I can't pay $600 or whatever it's going to be by the end of this journey for this all of these like books I have to read. Um, and so I was like, you know what? All of these books I can get for free on audiobook, whether it's through Audible or Scribd, Everend. And so I was like, you know what? I need to I need to do them all on audiobook so that they're all on like that even playing field. And so I can judge them and rank them better, right? Because I usually do like the books I read more than I like the books I listen to. And I just wanted them all to be like on an even playing field. So they're all audiobooks. And this one was like 17 hours, I think. And the other ones are like 7 or 8 hours, but there's one more that's like 12 to 15 hours. So I got a lot to do in the next month. I don't think it's a horrible storm, and I'm hosting a 24-hour readathon tomorrow, so I'm hoping for the best. Yikes. Oh, he has to stop and get gas too. Oh, and he just pulled out. Okay, wow. 20 minutes, set your clock. I love physical books too, but I'm autistic and very sensitive to textures. So some books I read on Kindle because I can't stand touching the pages. Interesting. And I just read Kindle because like I can't stand hauling heavy books around with me. Okay, so they've got all kinds of topics, like the Norwegian language war, from no to 2 official languages. Wait, there's 2 official languages in Norway. En- Engaging with language diversity via the Wikipedia ecosystem. I don't even know what that means. Huh, I actually learned Japanese. Oh my gosh, that one sounds fun. Okay, these are kind of cool. Fingers crossed, Tina, I know. Unlocking the language learning mindset. Okay, that's a good one. What do polyglots want in the AI era? Oh my gosh. And I did what you did, or maybe I got the idea from you and you didn't do it with AI and my language learning. Pioneers of language learning commercialization. I don't know what that means either. Yeah. So I asked ChatGPT to write me a series of short stories in the style of I think I said who did I say? Kristen Hanna maybe, or like some like author. I don't know if I used Kristen Hanna, but and I know I didn't use Colleen Hoover, although I thought I probably should use Colleen Hoover because even ChatGPT is going to know like what her style is, and it would be simple and easy to read. But I asked it to write me a series of short stories in European Portuguese at the A2 level. and to include like the European Portuguese and the English translation so that I could read it and study it. And it asked me a couple of questions back, like what kinds of stories I was looking for. And then it gave me garbage. So all of these people that are like Chat GPT is taking over the creative world, it's garbage. It's garbage. It's garbage. So I was quite disappointed. I have things to say about what I want in the AI era. Yeah, there's Norsk and Bokmal, but most people speak Bokmal, and that's what you're learning. And how different are they? That's crazy. So do like two official languages. If you're a Norwegian elementary school student, do you learn? Can you imagine? I mean, in the US, people are barely learning English in school. And if you had to learn like English and something else, because those were your national languages, your official languages of your country, yeah, I think America would revolt. Wow, 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 wow. So, um, so you've got it all sorted, Mika. When do you have to leave? You have to leave in like, are you going to eat dinner first? When are you taking off for your event? I find ChatGPT is not good enough to write good stories for me. So I just use it for ideas, like help me come up with ideas for a character plot setting and XYZ scenario. Luma, are you Josie, are you a writer? Do you write books? Um, yeah, I agree. I do use ChatGPT to help me get ideas or even sometimes to do research on things. But I find that it like all of these people say how great it is for like, I don't know, everything. And I use like I see, oh, use this prompt and it'll get and so I try to use that prompt and it gives me garbage. Garbage. But it does sometimes help me like when I'm brainstorming ideas for things, or like if I'm trying to come up with a fun name for something, it can help me with like the brainstorming process. But I don't I don't find it to be so helpful. I find it so interesting when kids are taught what languages growing up most kids in wait. I find it so interesting when kids are taught to what languages growing up most kids in Canada. I don't understand this. Tina, I'm confused. What languages growing up? So in Canada, well, we don't have any. Do we have any Canadians? Aren't they? I don't know if everyone. I know, like in Quebec province, right? They speak French and I guess English. But I kind of think they mostly speak French. I don't even know if in that part of the country they even learn English. I mean, they must learn English. Um, but I don't know if in every other part of Canada do they learn two languages. I'll take up when you start the next sprint. Okay, perfect, cool. All right, fan fiction. Do you have the paid Chat GPT? Because that's a bit better. But you still need to really fine tune your questions and prompts, or it will give you garbage. Yeah, yeah. And I feel like somebody said, if you just add at the end, like a sentence saying, ask me any questions that you need to understand what I need, or something like that. And I type that in there and it like will ask me a question and then it gives me junk. But it is good for brainstorming. Like sometimes it does set my mind thinking to other things. I just like, I don't know who these people are who are getting it to write like actual stuff for them. Typo, not what? Two languages. All right. I'm assuming a lot of Canadian kids know English and French. I'm assuming that too, but I don't know if that's true because I have a couple of friends that are Canadian and they're not from like Quebec, where it's definitely French, and they don't speak any French at all, like not even a word. So I always assumed that in Canada, every kid learned English and French, but I don't know if it's true. And I don't know if they learned it and then just forgot it or or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I think most countries teach multiple languages, except the US, where it's not required. So I was required. I don't know if they're still doing this in school because I was in school 100 years ago. But in high school, to graduate, I had to take 2 years of a language, and I chose French. But did I learn French? No, not even a little bit. And then in college to graduate, and this actually kept me, I needed an extra semester in college because I didn't do this. I changed my major and then I kept putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. But my major to graduate required me to have like 2 semesters of a language. And that is where I learned that I learned nothing in high school. Uh, and I learned basically nothing in college. I passed the class, right? And I graduated, but do I speak French? Bonjour. That's what I speak. Merci. Au revoir. See, and I speak it terribly. Je m'appelle Vivienne. Yeah, so my neighbor, when I first moved in here, was French. A like nasty old man. He wanted to steal my Wi-Fi. He was like, "Give me the password." And I was like, "I'm not giving you my Wi-Fi password." And he like refused to speak. Well, he may not have spoken English, so I can't say he refused to speak to me in English. Um, he refused to speak to me in Portuguese. I don't think he knew any Portuguese. Um, and my little bit of French was embarrassing. And so he just kept saying, password, password, and doing this, like, give it to me. And I was like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Thief, not giving you my password. We could take a language when I was in school, but we didn't need to. I took 4 years, but my son's school says a half a year, 5 credits. What language did you take? My high school only offered French and German, and I took French and my sister took German. Um, and my college offered like all kinds of stuff, but since I already had French, I thought it would be easier to take French. Yeah, it was not. German would have been, I'm German. It's crazy to me that like we were learning German in Indiana. And I mean, not crazy because like it's a big German, like my grandparents were German, right? Like that whole side of my family is German. So I guess it's not that wild that we would be learning German in high school or that it would be one of the courses offered. But it's not like a language that you would ever speak unless you went to Germany. Whereas French is sort of, now I'm just being weird. Never mind, disregard. 5 credits for half a year. How many credits do you need to graduate high school? Yeah, because I feel like German is hard to learn, I think. Probably. I mean, I don't know that my sister ever really learned it. I mean, nobody I knew spoke it. Like my grandparents were German, but they were both born in the US. So it was their grandparents, I think, who came over from Germany. So it was pretty far removed. There was no German in our household. I don't know why my sister even chose that, but I thought it was going to be so much harder to learn. And I thought, when will I ever use this? Not that I was ever planning on using the French either. If I knew that I might use the French, I would have paid more attention. Like if I could go back in time and tell my younger self something, like my junior high school self, I would be like, babe, you got to pay attention in your French class. You're going to want to use that someday. Like, pay attention. I mean, you just got to get a D in the class and diploma. I think it's 17 or 18 credits, and 5 are a semester of language. No, 26 credits, Tina thinks. Still, one class is like 25% of all the credits you need. Yeah, 5 is a pretty heavy dip. I 100% agree. And then what languages are offered? I feel like right now they should be teaching Chinese in school and Russian and French. Those are my 3 languages that I think they should teach in school. And English, if you're in a non-English speaking country. That's what I think. But nobody's asking me, so all of my wonderful advice and guidance, nobody's listening to. Oh, 0.5. That makes more sense. Okay. That makes more sense. Not 5, a half a credit. Yeah, because I was like, dude, you just got to do one language class. And you could take 4 language classes and you're done with school. All right, 0.5. That definitely makes more sense. Oh my God, I keep moving this countertop every time I lean on it. Oh my gosh. In Germany, there's a kind of school called Waldorf school. They teach Chinese and Russian even before they teach English, I think. I mean, I feel like those are the 2 languages that Chinese, Russian, and English are the 3 languages that people are going to be the most useful coming up here in the future. And I only speak English. And Russian and Chinese would be very hard to learn for me. Oh, well, for anyone, but for me, because of the characters, like it's not even the English alphabet, right? And that's like when I was in Thailand, I was like, I can't live here. I can't read any of the signs. I can't speak like it's not even it's not English letters. The letters are all different. The characters are all different. So yeah, I feel like Russian and Chinese are super hard to learn because of that. And their class is grade 5 and up. Whew. So not just older students. No, the little kids. Actually, the little kids apparently, and it's not apparently, I know this is true. I used to teach English to little kids. Little kids pick it up. Their brains are like wired to pick that kind of stuff up a lot quicker than older students. What did I read? Someone told me that at like, I can't remember what age it was that they thought, I want to say it might have been like 24, where they thought your brain not stopped growing and processing information, but like that's where it was like a significant change in your brain's ability to grow and learn new things. I don't know if that's true. I remember I read it or heard it from what seemed to be a reliable scientific source, but I also just recited the hypothesis to you probably completely wrong. So according to the last report card he needed 15 plus credits to graduate. Okay. Oh, that's one of the lectures on the Polyglot Gathering, language acquisition in childhood. Are you going to that one? Yeah, like 20. So you've heard this too. 25-ish, where your frontal lobe is fully developed, so you don't think like a teenager anymore. Yeah. And I remember thinking maybe it's 24, 25, because it was older than I thought it was. Um, but then I was like, oh boy, that was a long time ago for me. Like, has my brain been done for 25 years? That seems not right either. But I'm doing pretty good for having an old frontal lobe. Yeah, I'm gonna listen in. Okay, very cool. Christina, do you live in a country where homeschooling is an option? With how much you talk about the IEP meetings being horrible, homeschooling might actually be easier. Yeah, how is all of that going, Christina? I think Christina lives in Michigan, um, but I don't know what the state requires of her or homeschooling parents in Michigan. I don't know anything about it. I think homeschooling would be hard. Lula, did you like the homeschooling? I don't know. I didn't think that that was a bad thing. Like your brain is old, you're just mature. Well, yes, yes. I don't think it's a bad thing. Um, but I think it is what makes things like language learning a little bit more difficult for older, more mature brains. Boys grow longer than girls too. We reach our height in high school or before, but boys can grow until 25-ish. I reached my height in first grade. There's like pictures of me in my little, so inappropriate, like in the 70s, right? I was wearing a little Indian squaw costume with my baby on the back. Oh my God, so inappropriate. And I'm towering over the teacher. Hmm. Also, you get smarter as you get older. Just because your brain stops growing, it doesn't mean you're never going to learn more things. True. I have gotten smarter as I've gotten older, but I have also had to work harder to be smarter, which I guess is the point. Like when your frontal lobe is stops developing, um, like you got to work harder to get what you want, to get to the level you want to get to. I don't know. Homeschooling was great until middle school. Then I lost motivation, and my parents didn't enforce my education. Yeah, you need either motivation or attentive parents for homeschooling to work. And so that's why you're still like studying towards getting your GED, which is good. Like now you have the motivation, I guess. Very cool. I am shrinking, and not just because I'm not standing up straight. I was 5'10", basically from the time I was in first or second grade up through like my 30s and 40s. And then I noticed when I would go to the doctor and they would do your height, I would like shrink a quarter of an inch every time they did it. And now I think the last time I went to the doctor, I'm only 5'8 3/4". And my grandfather really shrunk. He was like 6'2", maybe 6'3", when I was in college. Because there's pictures of us standing next to each other, right? And all of my 5'10" glory. And then he was above that. So when he died, he was like down here on me. I'm not exaggerating. So he lost what, like a foot, an entire foot of height. How is that possible? And it wasn't like because he was hunched over. He just like compressed into this like little old man. So I feel like that's where I'm heading. I'm getting shorter and shorter. I'll be 5'6" by next week. Oh, we can homeschool, but I was scared that I would miss something, especially in math. But he does go to school at home, just virtually. Oh, yeah, I don't know that I could teach math. I feel like I might be able to teach other stuff, but math and science, I think science I could probably do because it's all in books and things. And maybe math is in books, but I don't, I, math seems like it would be hard to teach to me. Just gonna say, my favorite part of that meeting yesterday was when they told, oh no, this is gonna be good. When they told my 15-year-old child, autistic child, to be professional. What did you do? You're still tall. I'm 5'4". You're tiny. I've always thought I was slightly above average height. I was the tallest person in first grade. And then did you like just stop growing? 5'4". 5'8", girl, that's tall. I'm 5'5". I mean, I guess I am tall for a girl. Or tall for anybody. I should move to Norway because those people are super tall. When I switched from an in-person school to virtual school, I stopped doing the work. Like I just had no motivation. I was good. I walked away. I would either burst out like laughing hysterically because it's so ridiculous for them to say that, or I would probably be super angry. But yeah, I didn't swear. I almost cried. Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. Also, if you homeschool and give tests, do not give your kid the answer key or they will cheat. What? What is this, Christina? I'm 5'3" in the morning and 5 even at night. You guys are all super tiny. I got so angry when I found out that girl stopped growing at like 15 because I thought I had another good 7 years left. No, you are done at 5'5" until you start shrinking when you get older. I used to be 5'8", but I'm also shrinking. Gosh, I know. I wonder how far we will go, how low we will go. Because all of my siblings are significantly taller than both of our parents and you're shorter than all of them. Huh. I was super, yeah, angry. But it was hard. I had to walk away or I would have lost it right then. Yeah. I feel like it's just got to be hard having to deal with all of that on top of everything else that you are doing. But kudos to you for not punching anybody or not screaming or not even bursting into tears in front of them. Nighttime with good sleep lets your spine go back as long as you hydrate. Then it compresses during the day. Yours compress. You know what? I wonder if I measured myself in the morning, if I would still be 5'10", right? Because I never go to the doctor first thing in the morning. You know what? I don't have any way to, do I have a measuring tape? Maybe. I'm gonna try it and see if I am like super tall in the morning and then as the day goes on, I just like compress. My dad used to be 5'3" and is now 5'1". We're all shrinking. I disagree with professionalism. Yeah, it just feels ableist and ignorant of other cultures where professionalism is rude, such as eye contact. This is true. You're right. Every culture has its own idea of what is professional and what is polite and proper. I towered over my dad pretty early on. So if you need to measure for a doctor or something, always measure in the morning. You will be taller. I'm trying this out, Christina. I'm going to try it tomorrow morning, unless of course you want to be shorter. Use a door jamb. Yeah, I have plenty of those in my house. So I'll like just do like when you're a kid and you mark the thing, and then I do have like a what's that thing called where you like push it and it comes in and out? measuring tape or something, and I'll see how tall I really am in the morning, and then I'll do the same thing before I go to bed. Eye contact is something that can be worked around, like looking in the general area of a person's head. I say if you're not internally trying to be hurtful, act naturally. No need to be professional, just be yourself. Yeah, I don't know why they would tell any kid to be professional. Like, that is not a word that even makes sense for especially a child. Like, I mean, I've definitely been in professional settings where people were adults, were not acting appropriately, and were told they were not acting appropriately. But um I don't know that it's something you can say. I can't think of any situation that a kid would be in where he has to act professionally. Yeah, intentionally. Yeah, unless you're being intentionally, like, bad or hurtful or, like, mean or rude, right? If you're purposefully being rude, then, like, yeah, we don't want you to act like that. Yeah, professional is not what any 15-year-old is, especially when they're not at work. Yeah, yeah. It's a weird choice of words for them to use, which is why I might have gone off on them, going, "What are you talking about? Why don't you guys be professional and help us figure out what to do?" I usually look at the nasal root between people's eyes. Ooh, nobody ever notices that. I'm not actually looking into the eyes. I don't know where I look. I think if I'm looking at someone, a lot of times I'm looking at their mouth because my hearing is not great. And I feel like watching their mouth helps me hear. So I think I mostly look at people's mouth when I look at them, unless I'm actually like, unless they're not talking. And then I look in their eye, I think, to pay attention. He was upset about how they changed his last IEP without telling us, which he was right to be upset. He raised his voice slightly, and that is what they said. And he wasn't yelling. And he raised his voice because he was upset. Please, then they would not know what to do about me if I walked in and you called my kid unprofessional because he raised his voice slightly. Oh, I look at people's shoulders or neck instead of their eyes. Interesting. And I feel like I'm so tall that you would have to look up like this to look at my shoulders and my neck. The eye contact thing is only a problem when someone looks the other direction. It makes it seem like they're not paying attention. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. All right, Mika needs to go grab a sandwich and a cup of tea before she starts with all of her webinars, I guess. Very cool. Mika, have a great time. And if I don't see you before, I'll see you on Monday at Tina's. All right, see you next. See ya. See ya. See ya. All right, should we read a bit? Should we do a long one this time? You want to do an hour? If we do an hour, this might be my last one. So maybe we do an hour. Last sprint is an hour. How do you guys feel about 60 minutes until 30 minutes past the hour? Bye, Mika. Have fun. Yes. Okay. Thanks for the sprints to y'all. Bye, Mika. Yeah. What do you guys think about doing an hour? And it'll be like our last sprint here for the day. An hour works for Tina. I like the long ones. Is an hour a long one? Let me fix this ticker here. We're reading until 30 minutes after, until half past. I'm just going to say half past. Half past. There we go. Save. All right, you guys, let's go until half past, 30 minutes after the hour, 1 hour from now. All right, I'll see you soon. Okay. Oh, oh gosh. I finished my chapter and painted my nails and I might actually we'll see what happens later tonight, but I might before I sleep, I might finish this book. I still have like 3 hours left to go, so I'm probably not going to. What am I talking about? There's no way I'm finishing this book tonight. But I might listen to like another maybe one more chapter before I go to sleep. Hang on, I gotta turn this off again. All right. So what's happening here? All right. Jamie B. I am reading Sources of Chinese Tradition starting at page 300. What is this book? I feel like I need to know more. Oh, the power is on. All right, cool. You are set for your 24 hours tomorrow. I read a chapter and then I recorded and uploaded a video to YouTube. The video is still uploading. It'll take a few minutes. Sometimes it takes forever, right? Yeah, that's you got a lot done in an hour. Read a chapter, recorded, and you're uploading a video. That's a lot done. Was mainly watching YouTube. Then my parents got back from the store. They got pizza for lunch. Oh my gosh, I'm starving. And some snacks. I'm really starving. I'm not starving. I'm hungry. And propane in case the electric goes out all night. I just went in the bedroom and turned my like I have a little space heater thing. I just went and turned it on because it's like my fingers are freezing. And I want my bedroom to be warm when I put on my pajamas and go to sleep. But yeah, you're like, let's get some propane, made me think of my heater I just turned on. Magically, the house is brighter. Was that the last sprint? That's the last sprint for me for tonight. Yeah. Yeah. I sprint hopped a bit and finished a row, and I'm now in chapter 8 of 29 of the Cozy Mystery. It was a 3-minute video. Still, like a 3-minute video sometimes isn't really a 3-minute video. Sometimes a 3-minute video is like a 20-minute video that you filmed 14 times. No? Am I wrong? Yeah. 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 Yeah, so that's our last sprint for tonight. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited though for Monday to start Anne of Green Gables. And yeah, it's got to be our last sprint for tonight. I got to put something together for a client, and I'm not going to be able to do that while we're sprinting. And I need to eat something. So that is all we're going to do. Is somebody else sprinting, Christina? That if people want to keep going, they can run over to someone else's channel. Oh, it only took the one take. Wow, you're like a pro if you got it in one take. Well done, Josie. Thanks for the sprints. Have a beautiful rest of your day. You too. Did your husband message you? Did he get to work? Everything is good over there in Michigan. And everything's good in Kentucky. And everything's good in Texas. So, like, we're all good. Oh, Donna is. Okay. Mom's Book Collection. If you guys want to keep sprinting, head over to Donna's channel. And maybe I'll pop over right when I sign off here and just like say hello. Yeah. So that's it for tonight. I will see you guys on Monday at Tina's, unless I see you before somewhere. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Thanks for the sprint. See y'all on Monday. Have a nice night. Bye, Tina. No. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure he made it, or you would have known by now. So yeah, no news is good news. This is what I always think. All right. Christina, I'll see you on Monday. Lula, I'll see you. Or Josie, I'll see you on Monday. Tina, I'll see you on Monday. Have a great rest of your night, you guys. See you later. Bye.